What is going on, Chumas? Today we're going to be breaking down the Phantom Liberty teaser trailer that was released by CDPR. Let's get right into it. So the first image I want to talk about is the intro scene where it looks like a car is entering the stadium. Biggest things to point out here is it looks like it is a Militech funded. What I want you guys to remember is this: Militech, US, Arisaka, Japan. If you guys recall, Saburo was about to kill himself, commit seppuku during World War II when he found out Japan lost. What drove him to make Arisaka such an international powerhouse was the fact that he was almost embarrassed and humiliated by this defeat, so he wanted to make his country better than everyone else. Hence, Arisaka becoming this international powerhouse. Now, Militech is kind of similar, where they followed, they had a bunch of generals that actually were the one responsible for creating the company itself. So they are heavily US influenced. What made them a heavily Nusa, pawn is the big lie that was told during the nuking of the Arisaka Tower. This cover-up of what actually went down made Militech more subservient to Nusa. Other fun facts about Militech and Nusa is that both Elizabeth Kress and Rosen Myers were at one point CEOs of Militech. So the connection there is huge. And the idea I want you guys to keep in your mind is kind of like East versus West, because I think this is literally just that, a Nusa, Militech versus Arisaka, because I don't think Japan wants to affiliate themselves with Arisaka, but it's East versus West dynamics here. And you'll see more of that as I get on with the video. Next up is what I think to be the most boring scene, but maybe exciting for others. This is where it looks like they're opening up the inside of the stadium for more vendors, so weapon, clothing, cyberware mods, and all of that fun stuff. The following scene is what I hope to be a supercarrier of Nusa's being attacked by Arisaka. This would be sick if it was a supercarrier instead of like a bunker, because the bunker I've seen so many times in movies, I'm kind of over it. It'd still be fine if it was a bunker, it's all good, but it looks like these guys got manslaughter. Now, the reason why I keep saying it's Arisaka or anyone affiliated with Arisaka is if you really just think about it, who has the resources to go up against Nusa and Militech? The only other gigantic megacorp that we know has the balls to do that is Arisaka. The next scene looks like a follow-up to what appears to be the crash of a Nusa plane into the stadium. This looks like it is either Militech or Nusa's private military coming in to make sure that, their assets or whoever was in that plane is still alive. One shout out, one cool thing to point out is these grav boots. I hope that we can actually buy that in game and have it as a cyberware, because that'd be dope if you're just jumping off buildings and then you can kind of like slow yourself down with these boots, kind of like Astro Boy. I don't know why Astro Boy was the first one in my mind, but yeah, cool thing to point out. Next up is a scene that reminds me of Last of Us. The Firefly-ish logo in the back kind of just reminds me of that. I don't know. It just, the color and the way it's got like wings. What I don't understand here is it looks like V is attacking more Militech people. Because if this was Arisaka, I think creatively they would use more red tones, more black and red tones. Here they're using like yellow and black, which to me signifies more Militech. So maybe this is, I think, a faction within Militech. Maybe it's the Lazarus group. I don't know. But again, it's just a different logo or symbol that we have not seen yet in the games. Another thing to point out is this does not look like it's the monowire, unless I paused it at the wrong moment here, because this looks like V is holding this weapon rather than the monowire coming out of the wrist. I could totally be wrong, or maybe this is a completely new addition to the monowire where it's like a whip and has further reach than the actual monowire. Next up is another weapon demonstration, which I love because it looks like it's a shotgun with a massive shockwave, which is dope. Looks like a fun weapon to use and get our hands on. Now, another thing about this scene is it looks like we're in a greenhouse. Now, think back, Chumbas. Where else have we seen greenhouses? That is right. Biotechnica fields or farms or whatever you want to call it. So are we inside another playable or now playable location within Pacifica? Maybe. I mean, it'd be dope. My only question would be, why is Biotechnica involved? If this is their green houses, like, why would they be involved in this particular mission? It'd be cool. Like, I want another megacorp involved. So if it is Biotechnica, please side with either Militech or Arisaka and have another corporal war going on, because that would be fantastic. Now, this scene to me is the most confusing and also possibly the most promising. Originally, I thought this was inside of a data fortress. So imagine V net running. But the only kind of like possible no to that is the way we net run originally in the transmission mission with the Voodoo Boys and Brigitte is you don't exactly get real world images. You get kind of like data stream images of, you know, things in the net. Unless CDPR changes the way that appears, I can't tell 100% what's going on in this scene, because in the background I think it looks like data stream stuff, but then it just again ruins all that because of the fact that, you know, it looks like you're here in person. So again, the biggest mystery to me is this particular scene and what's its significance, right? Could be nothing, but again, could also be the most promising scene that we have seen so far in the teaser trailer. Oh my god, how many times did I say scene? Next up, we have who I think is Rosen Myers. Now, I know some people are like, hey, you know, there's an image of Rosen Myers. We know what she looks like. Look, I get it. But if this is going to be their only expansion, why would they not show the main, I guess, person you're involved with? It just doesn't make sense to me. If this is somebody else, it would definitely have to be the VP of NUSA or a higher up within NUSA. Another thing could be this person could be a CEO. Ooh, now that I think about it, it could be Anastasia Lucchesi, who is a nasty solo from Militech. So I don't know. There are names that I can throw out there, but it just wouldn't make sense that it's not the president of NUSA. Like, look, I could be totally wrong about that, which I'm totally fine with, but I'm sticking to my guns here, and I'm saying this is Rosen Myers. And then finally, the scene where it looks like a plane is being shot down. Now, we can confirm that this is the stadium based off the angle. Like, we can literally just go on the map and see that the stadium, if you face that direction, you see Mega Building 4. Another cool shout out is maybe they're showing Mega Building 4 because this is where David, our homeboy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, lives, so maybe that's there. But then again, the stadium is just located there, so they had no choice. But still, you know, why choose this angle if you don't want to show Mega Building 4? Anyways, in this scene, this plane looks like it's being shot down, and we have this mysterious figure on the left. Could this be Songbird? I would say if Songbird was ever going to play a role, this would be it, where she maybe knew that, you know, this plane was going to be attacked, and they kind of just predicted where it's going to land. I don't know, because, like, what are the chances that V and this person are exactly where this plane is going to crash? You know what I mean? So kind of just a little off there, a little bit mysterious in that sense. Like, how do they know? One thing I do want to point out, and this is something I told you guys in the beginning of the video, is East versus West, okay? Arisaka versus Militech and NUSA. Why would a NUSA plane be shot down in the middle of Night City? Well, think about this, okay? Arisaka pretty much owns all of Night City, right? And if they knew someone important from NUSA and or Militech was traveling, why not take the chance at, you know, possibly killing them? And here it looks like they did just that. The missile or something that took them down looks like it was like a rocket, right? And I would have to assume that the person attacking or the, you know, people responsible is Arisaka. There you go. That's my thought on that particular scene right there. Now, the last thing I want to point out is the oath that V is taking. It appears that V is fully siding with NUSA, and which makes sense because, like, at what point were we ever Team Arisaka unless you pick the devil ending, right? So this makes sense that V is technically becoming part of NUSA, and I enjoy this because this aligns her with the legends of Night City. Morgan Blackhand, this aligns her with Spider Murphy because, okay, even though they may not be NUSA residents, Militech and NUSA are once again like tied to the hip. So, you know, she may have access to some of these legends like stories, which I am hoping for. But yeah, so that's going to be it for my teaser trailer analysis. There's definitely going to be more stuff as, you know, more details are released, but that is it for me in this one. If you guys have any thoughts, any other things you want to add, things that I may have missed, please let me know in the comment section down below and let's get talking. That's it for me in this one, Chubas. I will see you in the next one. Bye.